I said, are you ready for a gunfight?
I remember Marshal Fred White from the movie.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I hate to bust your bubble, but it wasn't no 68-year-old man like in the movie.
Tombstone Brewing Company, no joke. Alice and I are in Tombstone, Arizona.
So excited. I've been looking forward to this trip.
One of my favorite movies all time. And, you know, we managed to get a campground in town. So we don't have to get in a truck to go to the attractions. And we just get to walk. So we get a little exercise and enjoyment. Today, right now actually, we're headed to the Tombstone Brewing Company because one of the things we just love to do,
drink beer.
Well, yeah, drink beer. But we love to find the local brewers when we're in a town or a state, find some local companies and try their stuff.
First things first, right on the door, no guns allowed.
No guns allowed. You see that a lot in Tombstone, which I kind of find interesting. So here we are at the Tombstone Brewing Company, as promised.
Nice conversation with a gentleman.
I'm 3 of these little glasses into my 4-glass flight.
And mine's almost gone.
Because we sat down and struck up a conversation with a guy next to us, and we've been talking for half an hour now.
As we drink our beer.
As we were drinking our beer. But hey, let me tell you, Tombstone Brewing Company, no joke. They make really good beer. The atmosphere is awesome. We just watched the stagecoach go by.
The trolley went by a little bit ago.
Trolley went by a little while ago. So if you're in the area, make sure that you make this a stop. You know, I mean, it doesn't take that long, but just if you enjoy beer, whatever, just stop in, have a taste of the good stuff. So Alice and I are in the one spot that if you lived in Tombstone, nobody wanted to go to.
Can you guess where we are?
Boot Hill Cemetery. We are at the gravesite of so many of the popular figures of Tombstone. Just behind the camera, I'm looking at the gravestones of Billy Clanton, Frank McLaury, Tom McLaury, all killed in the battle at the OK Corral. So even as a child, I knew this saying growing up. You may not be able to read it, but it says, "Here lies Lester Moore, 4 slugs from a 44, no less, no more." Even as a child, I knew that. It's pretty cool to see it on a headstone. So this is the grave of Marshal Fred White. Now, if you're familiar with the movie and the legend, Fred was trying to arrest Curly Bill Brocious when he was just acting up in the middle of the streets. Curly Bill ended up being the one that killed Fred, and that's what really kicked off everything in Tombstone, both in life and in the movie, that led up to the gunfight at the OK Corral, which led up to Wyatt Earp and the Earp brothers going after the Cowboys. So, very key person in the history of Tombstone.
Okay, Ed Shepson was the founder of Tombstone.
Okay.
Came here in 1877 in search of silver and gold. But all he found out at that time was mad Apache Indian. Well, most likely he said to himself, you know, this ain't such a good idea. So he went down to Sierra Vista to Fort Huachuca. Now, Fort Huachuca is the oldest working fort in the United States, still working today. Joined the cavalry. Planned on using the cavalry as protection on the weekends while he searched for his silver and gold. Well, he told his comrades at Fort Huachuca, said, when I muster out of the cavalry, I'm going right out in that desert and going to get rich. Comrades told him the only thing they're going to find in that desert is mad Apache Indians and your tombstone. Well, now in 1878, right down at the end of 5th Street, he struck silver. That old good enough mine netted over $30 million in the 1800s. Tombstone was rolling in the dough. So as a joke on his comrades at Fort Huachuca, he decided to name the town Tombstone, and that's how we got our name. Well, now back in the 1800s, they had a set of double doors just like those in the back of the building. Also, the pool tables located in the back of the building. Well, they came in those double back doors. Wyatt went over along the wall to sit down and rest, because he's fixing to have to go down to the Oriental and deal faro for a 12-hour shift. So he just sitting over there resting. Morgan's shooting pool on the pool table. Cowboys came up to the back door, shot him in the back, severed his spleen, exited his groin artery, come up here in the front, hit an innocent bystander. A second shot rang out, went just past Wyatt Earp and embedded into the ceiling at Campbell and Heights. Now, Wyatt Earp went on to Los Angeles, California. Didn't pass away until 1929. When he passed away, the coroners examined his body, but they found no visible signs of a gunshot wound or a knife wound on his entire body. Therefore, like in the movie, when Morgan told him, "Don't let him get you, brother, you're the one." Evidently he was. Out of all the scrapes and stuff that Wyatt was in throughout his life, he never got a scratch on him. Well, it's summoned Dr. Goodfellow to come in and try to save Morgan's life. Now, you're going to hear quite a bit about Dr. Goodfellow's life, because he was quite a colorful character, especially with his wayward words on death certificates. Dr. Goodfellow came in. They moved Morgan to the back room of Campbell and Hash, not on that pool table like in the movie. Those pool tables cost a lot of money back then, and it cost a lot of money to get them here. They ain't putting no bleeding butter on it. I don't care who you are. So they moved into the back room, and that's where he bled to death. Dr. Goodfellow was unable to save him. Well, he come up here to check on the innocent bystander, but by that time, he done bled to death. Dr. Goodfellow put on a death certificate, died of lead poisoning, most likely scared to death. Like I say, he had a way with words on his death certificate.
So tonight we're going to Bisbee, Arizona.
Yes.
Because last night we went to the Tombstone Brewing Company and struck up a conversation with another patron.
A gentleman there. Boy, we sat there for like 45 minutes talking to him.
Yeah.
It was quite a long time.
It was. We spent a lot of time talking to this guy. And, you know, one of the things that he told us was, one, about Bisbee Brewing Company in Bisbee, Arizona. And if you've been watching our channel,
you know, we like to check out the locals.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the funnest things we did while we were in Montana. You know,
yeah, and their food is usually
pretty good.
So good.
Yeah.
Now, this brew pub does not have like a menu. They have vegan chili and pretzels.
Bratwurst.
No. Oh, did they have bratwurst?
They have bratwurst on their menu, or you could have a bratwurst chili dog.
Right.
So, very limited menu.
We're probably going to just go check that out, and then we might go find another restaurant to have dinner at. How do we get there?
That's a good question. Directions are normally your, you know.
Okay, so what was it called again? Bisbee?
Bisbee Brewing Company, I believe is what it was.
Old Bisbee Brewing Company.
That was close.
You forgot the old. I wonder if it's old or new. All right. We are 25 miles away.
Pro tip, and definitely pay attention to this. The roads in Bisbee are narrow. I mean, I'm folding my mirrors in to make sure they don't scrape, and it looks like some people tried to go through without folding mirrors in, because you can see scrapes on the walls.
There was one wall that said, oops.
Yes, there was.
Number one is your black and tan.
Number one's a black and tan. It's not typically a black and tan, but they're out of their classic Pilsner today.
Which is my favorite.
I know, right? So.
Out of my favorite. What the heck?
I like black and tans also.
Yeah.
So do you want the first taste or should I take the first taste?
Go ahead.
No complaints about going first.
Copper City Ale and the Mayan Stout is what it's mixed.
That's pretty good.
These are little glasses.
Well, you're not a big dark beer person unless it's Guinness.
Right. That's a good IPA.
That's a good IPA. She doesn't hardly ever say that about IPA.
I like that one. Like I said, their glasses are too small.
Well, so here's the deal. We got
a flight.
7. We got the flight.
Of them.
So there's 7 of these glasses.
Looks like a double shot.
2 ounces maybe.
Yeah.
For $15, which is pretty reasonable. I think they charge what, about $6 on average for a beer, for a pint.
It doesn't. Yep, $6. Yep.
So prices aren't too bad. We did talk to the bartender inside. They do have some food, very minimal.
Free popcorn.
They do have free popcorn.
Brought some chips.
We asked her, you know, in essence, what's good in the area to eat, and she mentioned a couple places. One of them was
a cantina.
A cantina, Cosita's Cantina or something like that.
It's Taco Tuesday.
And today is Taco Tuesday. So she said they don't jip you on the meat or anything on Taco Tuesday, and it's, what was it, $1.50 a taco or something like that?
Something like that.
So when we get done with the flight, we're gonna go there because she said it's only about half a mile away.
They might have beer too.
So we'll go there and have Taco Tuesday. So we'll make sure to bring you along for that as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna finish my IPA.
Bottoms up. So we just finished having dinner at the Contessas Cantina. Now, in order to get here from the Bisbee Brewery down there, you have to drive through the town.
Yep.
What a cute town. Now we're gonna go and walk through the town, but if you want more information about this town, go to the Getaway Couple.
Yep, Jason and Ray. They did a great video on...
They stayed here for a few days.
Yep.
We're only passing through for a couple of hours.
Yep.
It's a cute town, totally worth the visit.
I said, are you ready for a gunfight?
Yeah.
What? It's police business, Doc. None of yours.
Well, there are more cowboys in town, Virgil. Word has it they're gunning for you. Looks to me like you could use all the friends you could get.
We can find those cowboys just fine on our own, Doc.
Well, they're not far from here. They're held up in the empty lot behind the OK Corral on Fremont Street. They look to mean business and boys. They've got guns.
Then we will disarm them. Come on.
Virgil.
Doc, you're coming with us. You're going to do it my way. I want you to hang back. Hold on to this. Let's go.
Look, yeah, it's up.
Boys looking for a fight.
Throw up your hands. I want your guns. Hold us up what I want.
Holliday! I got you now, you lugger! Blaze away, Frank. You're a daisy if you do.
Yeah.
You're no daisy at all.
What you do?
Hey, that was still breathing. Put another one in.
There are only so many places in America people will cheer for a triple homicide. Frank McLowry, dead. Tom McLowry, dead. 19-year-old Billy Clanton, dead. That was it. Over before it ever started. 2 months after this gunfight, Virgil Earp was ambushed outside the Crystal Palace Saloon. 3 shotguns went off, but he still refused to die. Crippled up pretty bad, Virgil wandered the West until death found him in Nevada in 1905. Not as lucky was Wyatt's kid brother Morgan. Shot in the back and killed playing a game of pool up on Allen Street. Morgan died at midnight, March 19, 1882. His brother Wyatt's birthday. Now in 1887, the year this whole town began to fall apart, after a lifetime of drinking and smoking, well, tuberculosis caught up with yours truly up in Colorado. I don't care to talk about it. Wyatt Earp was the last man standing out of all this. He'd spend his days traveling.
Loving Miss Josie.
Wyatt made his way from Idaho to Alaska, finally ending in Jazz Age Hollywood, searching for another tombstone and the chance to get things right again. He never would find it. When Wyatt died in Los Angeles in 1929, just ahead of his 81st birthday, his final words? Suppose.
I said don't hit the bumps. That's even worse than the first time.
I agree.
Did I tell you not to hit the bumps, Gordon? Come on, bump, bump, bump. Are you kidding me?
This is why I hate concrete highways.